What's good, family? What's good? So today we got Sunday markups. Gonna see what's happening. So then we can see what we're looking for this week. So first off, first pair that I'm looking at is USD JPY. Last week, as if y'all was following along, we actually did get the moves that we was looking for last week. As y'all can see, all this week we had a very clean push for the whole week. And then that Friday we had a really crazy sale, which was a very huge bearish engulfing candle. Now, what we're gonna do, basically what I'm seeing so far, it's kind of looking like an M formation. So, I mean, at first I was thinking that maybe we would continue to sell. It is basically like the third of the month, so we basically got a lower high happening right here, and then right here looking like that we more than likely will change like trends and start going up, pushing even higher. So we're gonna see what's happening this week. Start of the month we had a very huge sale, so let's see. For the week so far, we basically down here where we started at the previous week. Now, what I'm looking at, we did come outside of this box, so we are out of this box. We retested, hit the box, push way up here to this zone, which is the place that I was actually projecting. Last week we pushed a little bit higher. So what I'm thinking is maybe we had a very huge retracement for the week. And honestly, I do think that we're going to continue to go forward and go higher. Since we didn't break these lows, we don't have a change of structure. So that means that we more than likely will go higher unless sometimes today or either tomorrow we break these lows. So if we don't, then I mean I'm gonna expecting us to basically go higher and basically start breaking this and start going up here. Which when we zoom out, this is another zone on the left side, so we'll more likely end up around right here by the end of the week. And potentially we could go higher, but I'm expecting around right here, price point 154. So far, I mean, we're gonna let today play out. The day actually just opened up, so I'm basically looking at this for the beginning of the actual week. And we had a very crazy sale on Friday, so I do expect us to come and clear like a lot of this, actually to surpass this, but we're gonna see what happens. So far, this is what I'm projecting. Man, I wanna mark it up for y'all. Oh wait, hold on. Let's see. Kind of somewhere down here, and our week somewhere up here. More than likely not gonna take a trade today. I ain't gonna lie to you. Probably not gonna take our first trade until Monday AM. So let's see. Yeah, so far, I mean, we just really gotta wait. I know that this looking like a nice pushback to the top. I don't want to trade this just yet though. I'm gonna let it do what it do. See what happens by tomorrow, then start rocking out. And if y'all don't remember, like I said, when we start selling off like this, for anybody that don't know, when you get like this little ugly sale that don't got a whole bunch of momentum, we more likely gonna clear this. Like just a pattern that I've seen since I've been trading is we more likely will clear this right here and basically have a lot of room back to the top side. If anything, by the next day or two, we'll probably end up around right up in here. So this USD JPY, we're gonna see what happens. So for the first start of the week, I am projecting some pretty nice for this week. So we're gonna see. Now the next one, let's see. USD JPY, y'all following along, it did have that very great sale. Honestly, USDJPY sold really nicely. Like if you caught this, that was an amazing push for the whole week. So let's see what we looking at for this week. Honestly, we broke out of this area, but we kind of retraced this area, so we didn't fully like completely change as far as that trend. So I do really still expect us to sell. I'm not even gonna lie to you. That's the beginning of the month. Actually we might end up here. I'm not even gonna lie to you on the monthly side. So let's see. We really just gotta see what happens today, or at least by the end of Monday. We really just gotta see what happens because we came way down here and we didn't close below this. So since we didn't close below this, it's not really a clear reversal for real. So we really just gotta see what happens. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Still looking like a real nice uptrend. Up here we do got a nice little reversal that we seeing. So it ain't that clear to me yet. What I see is we either gonna come down here somewhere, and this is on a weekly time frame, so we're probably gonna come down here and sell off for the first beginning of this week to start out the month, and then we might start moving it back forward to the top side, which as you see we got a nice pattern. Came up here, reversed, got a little high right here, came way down here. So we might come down and retest up in this zone, in this box. Probably be like our area of interest to take our profits at. Yeah. We really just gotta see. I mean, it's still looking like that it'll be a pretty solid sale. Now on the monthly time frame, it do look like that it possibly will keep going forward, so it's not as clear because on one end this is an uptrend, so it's looking like that we could catch the top. But then when you go in deeper, going into like the weekly, we did have a nice sell off and we might just continue. So I gotta let it clear up a little bit more to see what we're gonna do. Now those the first two. As far as gold, I ain't even gonna lie, gold kinda to me. It's been in this box kinda sideways. Had a real nice sell off after we hit these top areas. And if you watched the last video, I was telling y'all about the pattern, how we basically kept touching the top of this box and selling, touch, sell, touched up here, sold, did the exact same thing. We really just copied the left side and it did the exact same thing. So we got to see what it's going to do, where we're going to break it. As far as the week, it is looking like that we could go ahead and get that sell off. But we really just gotta let it break either top or bottom because this isn't as clear. More like consolidated or consolidating right now. Now on a monthly time frame, the buy trend do look a lot weaker. That's a lot of lines on here. But it do look a lot weaker as far as like what's been happening. So we really just gotta see what's going on for clear some of these lines. Excuse me. So yeah, for the month, I mean, so far, looking like a little buy. But for the past 3 months, we've been having dojis, and gold is basically at its all-time high. Like gold has went crazy. So yeah, gold it literally is at its all-time high. So we're gonna see actually what happens. I do expect that we more than likely is gonna sell for this month just based on how this is looking. And then when we go in for the weekly, the week is opening up like a little sale. So if we break these, then we more likely gonna be selling to like down here, and then if we break down up in here, then we'll probably keep going further somewhere in this area. But so far, we just gotta see what's going on. Really, just let the markets play out. Basically, look like a nice sale. Then we retesting. We came up into this area. and then we more likely will sell off, get us a nice lower high after that. And then as y'all see, it ain't really broke the top of this bottom. I mean, the top of the box for real, for real. So for sale, I mean for gold, I am expecting a sale for the month and really for this week. So let's see what else is happening. GBP, JPY, it broke out of the top, but then it came right back inside of it. So mm, because of this trend, this very long trend that we had from down here at the bottom of the box at 184, 552, I mean 542, all the way to the top, which we broke out a little bit, came to 199, 429. It is possible that we're gonna come back and start to clear this bottom. So we really just gotta see. The market's not as clear right now. The only thing that's looking decently clear, which I looking at this, I kind of do expect it to sell off some more, but we're gonna see. My main thing that I'm looking at this week is again USD JPY, expecting a really nice buy, and then GBP USD, I'm expecting a pretty decent sell. So we're gonna see. GBP JPY, I might not touch this as much to be honest with you, unless it just give me a really clear signal to go ahead and get in on a sell. And then we got GBP CHF. This is actually at its all-time lows. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So we might end up touching this bottom again and then just start pushing back up to the top. This might be a nice buy. For the month is of course opened up as a nice sell. So unless we're gonna break past this zone right here, then we'll probably grab the bottom of this and then just start moving back forward. So let's see. Yeah, kind of consolidated last week. Didn't really give us a lot of movement. USD CHF. This I actually was looking at this move like 3 weeks ago. Probably almost no, it was about 3 weeks ago. And we did end up finally hitting the top. But my main point is that I was projecting was around up here. But I haven't been paying attention to this market as much. Like as y'all see, after all of this happened, I kind of just stopped looking at it. I ain't even gonna lie to you. So we gonna see actually what happens. But I ain't really that interested in this market for real, for real. It look decent. I ain't gonna lie to you, but I'm not that interested in this. Yeah, look like we might start reversing, giving nice little reversal patterns. Let's see, we zoom out. Yeah, this look like that it's at a real decent low. I don't really like this that much. Anybody that do want to sell this though, we more likely will buy going into this week. We're gonna see though. We're gonna see. CAD JPY. Mm, had a real nice buy last week. Well, actually, that was last month. Last month went crazy. This month, though, we started off as a sell. We came up here, hit this, basically like forming a lower high after we had to change of structure. Change the structure, pushed us up way up here. Now we're starting to kind of come down. I don't really like this as much either. So I'm not that interested in this. Let's see. Now this actually broke out, came up in here. Now we kind of retested this point. So on the weekly, we've been kind of consolidating for a few months, or at least yeah, about a month or two. Had a nice sell off, hit these zones. Now we're kind of been consolidating. It's possible that we could go ahead and come clear this up in here, and then if it won't, it'll probably push back up in here. But that might be the week after this week. This week we might just see this side, and then week after that we might end up going up in there. Mm, I don't really like it like that either. Not even gonna lie to you. It looked decent, so you could pay attention to it. That looked decent though. Euro USD, that looked cool. Yeah, I'm not that interested in most of these. My main thing this week I'm gonna pay attention to is USD JPY and dang on GBP USD. These are my top interests as far as trades of this week. So anybody that's following me this week and that's trading with me this week, this is mainly what I'll be looking at. Everything else I'm not really that interested in. I might check in on it throughout the week or just see what's going on. But mainly USD JPY looking expecting a pretty nice buy. It's not guaranteed that we get like a huge push all the way to the top, but I'm pretty confident that we're gonna start coming back into this area of interest right up in here, basically clearing up some of what we did last week. Cause Friday did some damage. Friday was crazy, and we got GBP USD. Everything really went crazy last week because we had, I believe it was the interest rate decisions, which I'm not 100% sure if it was interest rate cut or increase because I didn't like watch the news or look at all of that. I just know as far as on the news, which if you're not already using it, download my FX book and it will actually tell you the news that's coming out like every single day. And usually when we have like job job losses or job updates and when we got like Fed decisions and rate cuts and all things like that, the market usually go crazy. And then we got the first of the month, which on Friday we will see NFP. So we'll more likely have some real crazy movement on Friday as well. But these are my main two interests. I do think that we'll kind of sell off a little bit more. Now we might buy going into like the beginning of the week. So like Monday, Tuesday might catch a buy. Wednesday we might go ahead and clear it up and go ahead and start selling. Or it might just off dump, sell, clear this up, and then start moving down here. But honestly, I'm not. These are my main two interests. Everything else, I'm not that interested in. Everything else, I mean, we'll see what happens, but I'm not that interested in these. Gold might pique my interest. We'll see what's going on. But that's really like what I'm looking for this week. Yeah, gold might we might look at gold for this week. That's looking pretty decent. Which if you was paying attention with me last week, we did end up catching some of this and then it just ended up straight up crashing. I ain't even gonna lie. We caught about here to here and we missed all of this, so it's cool though. I ain't even mad at it. But I'm not that interested in this like that. So my main thing is USD JPY and GBP USD. So that is Sunday markups. Really, hey, for anybody that's new to trading or even if you're a seasoned trader, I definitely say Sundays is the best time to be marking up your chart so then you can actually see what's happening before the week even like really get started. So then you can kind of pay attention to your main two pairs or your main three pairs or your main one pair, whatever you're gonna be looking at and whatever you're gonna be trading. So that is my markup. That is my chart. So hey, I'm gonna keep y'all updated throughout the week, and we're gonna see what happens.